on this probably for decades, although I don't want to age him too much, is the leader of Common Cause in Wisconsin, and he's our next speaker, Jay Hatten.
Thank you, Sachin. Thank you for being here, and I'll be brief. If anyone, I suppose, could be discouraged or should be discouraged about the decision yesterday by the Supreme Court, it might be me. I've been at this for 22 years, but you know, I'm not. I'm just the opposite, in fact. But like Senator Hansen said, I can remember the days when no one had any idea what the word gerrymandering meant. And usually 2 or 3 sentences into explaining it, glazed eyes would appear and people would fall asleep. That is certainly not the case in Wisconsin today. Everybody knows what this cancer is. My organization does not endorse candidates for public office, but we endorse solid, good public policy that's good for citizens. I've been here long enough to remember the last time the United States Supreme Court ruled on partisan gerrymandering. It was 12 years ago, and it was a case brought by Pennsylvania to the United States Supreme Court. And then the Supreme Court ruled very narrowly that partisan gerrymandering is okay. It's a political exercise. Partisans are part of the political process. Those are the folks who should prevail. It was a 5-4 decision. It was very narrow. But that's not what the Supreme Court decided yesterday. They, in fact, said, almost all of them said that this is very much a live issue. This is very much an issue still in play. And what they said instead was that Wisconsin, we understand the problem about gerrymandering. We're just not sure about the way that they brought it. The plaintiffs brought a statewide complaint against it. What we would like to see is a district-by-district harming of citizens. And I can tell you that every citizen in every district in Wisconsin has been harmed by this. Yes. I can tell you that the $3.5 million of your tax money that has gone to support uncompetitive gerrymandered maps is not in your public interest. That harms you. I can tell you that the secrecy with which the 2011 process was undertaken with deliberate contempt for citizens of the state to keep them out of the process and to make sure only the legislative leadership knew what the lines were going to look like, that is affected every citizen of the state. And it goes on and on. The voter suppression that has resulted from a gerrymander legislature affects every voter in this state. And we don't have to go very far to see that I don't think it should be too difficult. Now, I don't know what the lawyers are going to say, but we should be able to demonstrate that there has been harm district by district in every legislative and congressional district in Wisconsin. When they go back, and we do have another chance, by the way, we'll be able to demonstrate this. And you know, it's not just in Wisconsin. There's another case that is even better tailored for what the Supreme Court said they wanted, coming out of North Carolina, that may have oral arguments before the United States Supreme Court as soon as this September or this October when they go back. And the case in Maryland hasn't been taken to court yet. So this isn't the end of the process, this is the beginning of the process. And let me just say finally that the Iowa model, again, back in 2003, I remember going in to see Senator Dave Hansen to talk about how we can get nonpartisan maps accomplished in this state. And the great thing back then is there was bipartisan support for this. He teamed up with Senator Sheila Harsdorf, then Senator Sheila Harsdorf. There were Republicans who knew that this was the right thing to do, because not only was it good for the people of Wisconsin, it was also good for them. It was good politics. And all you need to do, is, as has been said, is look to Iowa. In 1980, a Republican governor, a Republican legislature passed and enacted into law the Iowa process, which is nonpartisan. Why did they do it? Because they had the interests of the citizens of Iowa in mind. Partisan considerations were put aside for the people of Iowa. And that is what Republicans as well as Democrats in the state of Wisconsin need to do. They need to do this for us, the citizens.
Yeah.